Good afternoon, everyone. Want to thank you for coming out to our weigh-in this afternoon. We are Wild West Bass. This is stop number 3 on the Apex Tour. 4 events. Our next event will be at the California Delta in October. I don't know about Wild West Bass. We offer a series of Pro-Am tournaments. These anglers here qualified through that Pro-Am series to get here. We also have team series here. Northern California, Southern California, Arizona, moving to the Northwest next year with the team series as well. So, again, these anglers qualified to fish here. That original group of 32 anglers started the year with us. That number will grow next year as we qualify top 10 anglers out of our Pro-Am series this year, qualified to fish for next year. We try to go to different lakes that are not the norm, as you see here at the After Bay. Glad to be here. Had a good crowd yesterday, a little better today. We thank you for coming out on day 2. A little tough fishing, not for some. This is a little unique event. The Apex Tour, we fish 2 days. After those 2 days, we take the top 10 anglers. They qualify to fish day 3, and they start back at 0. So it doesn't matter if you finish 1st or 10th in this event. Tomorrow is a brand new day. We go out at Safe Light tomorrow. Got to have a short day here due to our California regulations here of short days when the water temperature between June 15th and September 15th. Although we had a good event here, not a lot of people caught fish. 2 ways you qualify to fish day 3. That is by total weight, which most people are used to in our bass tournaments, and also keeper count. Fish had to be 12 inches minimum length. And at the event here, the most keepers caught will qualify you. So when we get done weighing today, we will take the top 5 anglers for Sunday that fish on total weight and the top 5 anglers on keeper count that are 12 inches. So 2 ways to qualify. You have double qualifiers when you do that. Typically, we work down the list. We've got several tiebreakers that could come into play today. Right now, it only took 2 fish to get in the top 10. 2 fish after day 1. On the weight, Mr. Greg Gutierrez, leading the event, had 18.08 yesterday. It took 10th place angler. Greg had actually 8 keepers that he caught. So He may qualify on weight, but he could qualify on keepers as well. So a little different format as well. Yamamoto total of the tournament, we had a 623 caught yesterday by Travis Huckabee. If that holds up, that'll be $750 check available to him for that large fish. We'll do that all 3 days in the event. We could not be here without our anglers. Again, this is year 1 of the Apex Tour, but mainly our sponsors too. We could not be here. I want to thank them. Bridgeford Foods signed on with us this year. Glad to have them on board. They do have some sponsored anglers here that are fishing the event. Bass Cat Boats signed on with us last year. Glad to have their association. We're lucky enough to have the president, Mr. Rick Pearson, founder of Bass Cat, out with us today, and we're glad to make it out to weigh-in. I hope he'll be around tomorrow as well. Mercury Marine, Hook Performance Fishing, Gary Yamamoto Custom Baits, Power Pole, Duo Realis, Roman Made, Lithium Pros, Wood Brothers Flooring, Bob's Machine Shop, Super Clean, Garmin, Torch, P-Line, Valley Fashions, Lure Lock, Woo Tungsten, Bass Angler Magazine, Feather Falls Casino. Thank you for their support. They hosted our meeting and dinner on Thursday night, so thank you again for that. We appreciate their support. Great facility there. Hopefully we'll get to enjoy the pool here before we leave. Got Mr. Steve Madoon over here. We got a great staff of about 10. This event will also be televised on the Pursuit channel here in Q4, hopefully Q1, of next year. So we had 3 cameramen on the water today filming for this event, and look for that. Again, this is the first time we've had an event here. I know there's several events here during the year. Can be a very frugal fishery. Can be very good, as you saw, as 18 pounds and a 6-pounder, but I know there's a lot bigger fish. We'll see how the anglers caught them today. You can follow along on Tourney X. These anglers measure their fish while they're in the boat. They bring us their best 5 to weigh, but they measure every fish, and it gets an estimated weight. You can follow along on Tourney X on that program. Great format. Very unique, different that nobody's doing. Steve, you ready to weigh?
I'm ready to weigh. Mr. Ryan White.
Mr. Ryan White coming up. Let's give him a round of applause. I know Ryan didn't have the day he wanted here. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'm going to give you this microphone, Ryan. You had a tough day. I saw you loading up a while ago.
I did. I had a tough day. I get to do the walk of shame with no fish. That's the first time I've had to do that this season, and it's a tough pill to swallow, but, you know, it happens to all of us at some point or another. But, yeah, I had a rough day. I got 1 bite. I caught just a short fish and just tried to mix it up between swinging for the fences and trying to save my butt, and it didn't work out. But still had a great time out here. You guys put on a great event. It's a cool fishery. Want to send a special thanks to Rick at Bass Cat for coming out. My main sponsor, BCI, Dobbins Rods, Thompson White Consulting, Garmin Electronics. I just appreciate you guys putting this on, and wish I could have done better. But I want to congrats everybody who caught them, and yeah, had a great time.
Thank you, Ryan White. We appreciate it, sir. Let's give him another round of applause, sir. Tough to come up here, but they show their sportsmanship when they have a rough day. We got next up Mr. Bill O'Shin. Now, Bill had 5 keepers yesterday, was in 9th place, so he was in the top 10, had 848. We're going to hold the fish up there and get a picture for our folks here on our live feed. Thank you for watching at home on all our social media networks. Got 5, another good limit. Bill, I'm going to give you this microphone. Let me call you weight here, sir. Did you go for keepers today, or did you just go for anything that bit?
A little of any, mostly anything that bit, but at about 11:30 today, you said, you know what, I am going to change gears. It's not working. I had 1 fish, and between 11:30 and 1, I caught 6 or 5 more fish. So ended up with 6 keepers total, and I'm stoked about it. I'm hoping that's good enough for tomorrow. So
that looks very. Let me get a weight. 11:45, Bill. 11:45. What are you going to do different tomorrow, sir?
I'll probably start where I ended up this afternoon. I mean, I left a meeting. I could have stayed there for another half hour and probably caught 2 or 3 more, but I left a meeting, so I'm pretty stoked about it, to be honest with you.
Should be, man. Weight and qualifying on keepers, man. Let's give him another round of applause. Bill O'Shin, sir. Great job, Bill. $19 pounds unofficially right now, current leader. Got Mr. Tony Franceschi coming up. Tony had a tough day yesterday, another tough day today, but he's a great sportsman and a better angler than this. Shows, but 195. Tell me about your 2 days, buddy. I know it's not what you wanted.
No, it's when you only weigh in one fish per day, it's definitely not what you want. I just didn't figure them out. I just wasn't on them. Couldn't figure them out fast enough yesterday. Thought I changed up a little bit today. Thought maybe it would work out, and again I turned down the wrong street again. So it happens. This place probably isn't fishing the best right now. I'm sure that it fishes a lot better than this. But even on a tough tournament, somebody wins. So that's what these are all about. But you guys, I want to thank Wild West Bass and Apex. You put on a great event. This format is so unique, and even though I didn't do well, it is a fun format to fish, and I really enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to the next one. But with that said, I guess, it's time for me to go home. I'm going to get on the road and go see the family. But before I do that, I want to thank all my sponsors. First and foremost, I want to thank Bass Cat Boats for the support they give the West, the support they give me. I'm running a Cougar FTD, and it is a machine. It's just a running machine. I love that boat. So thank you to Bass Cat. Thank you to Mercury Outboards. Thanks to my main sponsor, P-Line. P-Line, I've been with P-Line for 28 years, and I don't plan on leaving them anytime soon. They've been wonderful to me. When I first started using P-Line, when they first sponsored me, they had two lines. They had the original and they had the CX Premium. Now they've got lines for just about anything you guys need, from braid to copolymer to fluorocarbon. So give them a look when you get a chance. I want to thank Garmin. I want to thank Sims, and that's about it. Thank you guys very much.
Tell the folks a little bit, Tony, before you leave, about an event you're running next weekend, sir. You got a great event you've been doing for a while now.
Thank you. Yeah, so about the last 8 or 9 years, I've been putting on the West Coast Bass Cat Owners Tournament going out of Russo's Marina on the Delta. And I run it, I organize it, I don't fish it, I just put it on for the owners. So if you're a Bass Cat owner, come on down, sign up. It's a 2-day event. We blast off at 11 o'clock on Saturday, weigh in at 6, and then on the second day we'll blast off at 6 in the morning, weigh in at noon, cumulative weight, and it's a great event for Bass Cat owners to get to know each other and go home with some bragging rights. So if you guys are free and you guys own a Bass Cat, come on down Russo's Marina on Saturday morning. You can sign up before the event.
Tony Franceschi, everybody. Thank you, Tony. Great angler and great person, man. I've known Tony many years. Next up, Mr. Juan Acosta. Juan, one shy of the limit yesterday with 4 fish, but he was in the top 10 with that 1182 on weight. He was in 6th place coming in to the day. So Juan, looking good. I heard another limit. That's a good sign. Juan trying to qualify for fish day 3 on Super Sunday. Juan, the weight today, sir. Good job, young man. Way to move up. Going to go 1237, 1237. Tell these folks about your day, and you go back to 0 tomorrow. Can you do it again?
Yeah, no, I don't know if I could do it again, but I know I'm happy to have that. It was a little better today. I caught 6 keepers and 2 shorts, but I kind of figure a little something out where I can at least catch 5, I think. And I'm looking forward for tomorrow. I want to say hi to my wife and my boy Alex and my daughter Victoria. And I also want to thank my sponsors. I mean, Coyote Bait and Tackle. If you guys are in San Jose area, check them out. They help me out, and I can't do it without them. And Genesis and, all my sponsors. So, and of course you guys for putting all this together. So,
Juan, great job, sir. Good luck to you if you make it tomorrow, my friend. Juan Acosta. Next up, Mr. Ken Ma. Ken, 2nd place after day 1, 1561. Had 4 keepers, I saw. We got 5 today, Ken? Just 3. We got, let's see what the weight is, Ken Ma. Or a new name, we call him Mud now after I saw something a while ago. Could be a little rough. Ken, going to go 695, my friend. Tell everybody about your day and see if that holds on, my friend.
Yeah, I got a little thing from yesterday. I went in there, I caught that big one, and pretty much had the weight that I had, so I went pre-fishing. I think with I'll be really mad if my math is wrong, but I think with the 15.5 I had yesterday and the 7, I should easily make the top 10. There's no reason to beat them up in this format, so went pre-fishing. Can't say that I found anything, but I'm gonna lean on those. on those fish that I found. Every time I get in there, it happens. So tomorrow I get to really go after them. Before everybody's gone, I want to thanks Gary and Carla Souza. We're staying at his house. He had a barbecue yesterday, had all the staff over, had friends over. I really appreciate that, Gary.
Yes, sir.
And, I'm sponsored by Vexus, but I also want to thank Rick Pierce. He's standing around here all the way from Arkansas. Means a lot, when people come out and they're supporting the trail. We're really trying to grow Apex. We just invited 15 more to come next year. And, as this grows, it's going to get bigger and better. And I know you, the staff, and Jeremy have a tremendous amount of things up your sleeve that you guys can't talk about yet. So, but I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be here tomorrow and see the great crowd. Thank you very much.
Great job, Ken Ma. Second place right now, Ken, officially. Next up, Mr. Mark Lassane. Mark is the publisher of Bass Angler Magazine, quarterly, great, in the top 2 or 3 publications we have by far in our sport. Mark's been fishing very well lately, running a new Bass Cat Mercury package here from Price Sims. Did I hear 5, Steve? 4 alive. Mark, I'm going to give you this. Let me call a weight here, sir, and tell everybody about your 779. Will it hold up, sir? 779 after a good day yesterday.
I think so. I caught 12 keepers yesterday and 4 today, so I'm pretty sure I made it.
You led the keeper count, by the way.
Led the keeper count, and I caught 4 today, so I think I'm good. So, like the rest of the guys, I'd like to thank Rick for coming out, man. That's just that's awesome. I also want to thank him for setting up the Bass Cat Quest money, because I won that 3 times, and then maybe I get some tomorrow too. So, and I'd like to thank Ford Fairfield, Price Sims dealerships. You guys looking for a car? Ford Fairfield's a great place. They got Mercedes, Walnut Creek Toyota, and then they got some exotics and some other things. If you're looking for a car, just hit me up, and I'll hook you up, give you a good deal. I'd like to thank Aquaview. I use that camera all the time. I used it when I came here before. We saw a bunch of fish and saw them under the bridge, and I did a little video with Ed, so that'll be coming out soon. Garmin, the live scope is just amazing. You guys that have used it, and they're one of our title sponsors here. They really do a great job. So, Puma Rods and Reels, man, can't fish without rods and reels. So, those guys, my sponsors, they do a great job. Mercury Outboards, and you guys, man, we appreciate Apex. Hopefully I made the top 10 and go have some fun tomorrow.
Mark, looks like we'll see you tomorrow, sir. Mark Lassane, everybody. Great job, sir. Different strategy. When he led the keeper count, he knew he could fish a little bit different. Vince Hurtado. Vince had a rough day yesterday. Had some mechanical issues. Vince came up here today. A limit came back, my friend. This is where you wanted to fish yesterday, right? Same place?
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have any bad luck this year, I probably wouldn't have any luck. It's just been that kind of year, but no excuses. Went out there, and with this Apex format, no one's out. I mean, all I kept thinking about was just
the keeper count, especially. You never know. 2 was in the top 10.
Right.
So,
and
765.
I was afraid to look at the Tourney X. Actually, I just wanted to keep catching them. I caught a lot of shorts, and I ran my Cougar FTD up and down this place. I hit about maybe 15 spots and just kept rotating it through. I got to thank Wild West. I got to thank you, Jeremy, all the sponsors, Rick Pierce, Bridgeford Foods, just all the partners for committing so much to the West. It's growing out here. There's a lot of interest. We talk to anglers all the time. It seems like everyone wants to wear this Apex badge, and I'm super, super excited. Also, I will be working alongside Tony and some of the other guys over at the Customer Appreciation Day for Bass Cat Boats down at Russo's. I'll have my boat down there. We'll do some demo rides, anything you want to do. Take a look at basscat.com. There's 3 new boats out there. We've got a Puma STS, which is one of the wide body boats, along with the Ron and also the Bobcat. So for today, it was just a tough tournament. And honestly, I wish I would have had some time fishing. But nonetheless, I'm really glad to be here, and I just want to thank everyone for coming out.
Vince does a lot of help. All our anglers here, none of these anglers have any ownership or any stake in Wild West Bass other than the organization. But Vince and Ken Ma and all these anglers here donate their time to help us and grow. I know you got a podcast you work on to grow the sport out here, man. We thank you for what you do and help us, my friend, too, as well.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, honestly, Jeremy asked me to do a couple live events, and we're just working to just keep everyone informed about what's going on. And actually, I think we're going to reach out to other anglers just to see, what they have to say. So it'd be a good time to talk to anyone.
Vince Hurtado, everybody. Thank you, Vince. Next up, Mr. Nick Cloutier. We'll get a picture, Nick, while we'll get you up here. Nick had a rough day yesterday, came back strong today. We'll get a picture here. We got 3 is what I've heard. Nice, pretty fish. Again, our Yamamoto total is 623 so far. That's why we're not weighing any fish right now. We'll see it, but Nick, I'm going to give you this microphone. Let me call a weight, sir. You didn't give up. You went out there and did you fish different knowing you need to catch up on keepers now? 817, sir, 817.
I actually had a lot of chances today. I went really light on my line. A lot of the areas I was fishing was pretty clear. That I came back and bit me pretty good. Snapped off about a 6 on camera, my buddy here. She was coming straight to the boat. There was just one stray toolie that was in between me and her, and she just went straight to it, wrapped around it, and yeah, I lost a lot of fish. It seemed like they were short striking it today. I caught that bigger one first thing in the morning. Threw a Senko out in like 19 feet of water. She ended up grabbing it. So just want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Gone Fishing Marine, Mercury, G-Rat Baits, Cloutier Custom Baits, RJ Electric, Rick Pierce for coming out. That's awesome. I'll see you guys at the next one.
Nick Cloutier, great job, sir. Way to hang in there. VJ Mahatra. VJ had a tough day today. Had 1 fish yesterday, VJ, but you're here, man. You busted your butt out there. Made it here. Yeah, tough day. Yeah. Tell everybody about your experience this week.
I had 2 fish yesterday, too. No.
You did have 2, didn't you?
Yeah. It was tough. It was tough. I had 4 shorts today. All in all, man, 2 days, I caught 17 fish, and only 2 of them weighed. So that was how my 2 days went. It was still an interesting bite and interesting fishery. I just like to thank all of my sponsors, Genesis, RB Bass, Nationwide Insurance, and Apex, Wild West. We couldn't do it out west without them, so we really appreciate that, and just look forward to the next one.
BJ, great job, sir, buddy. Appreciate you coming up here. Next up, part of our Arizona clan, we've got anglers from all the states here in the West, California, Oregon, Arizona. Scooter Griffith coming up, Bass Cat Pro. There we go. That's a pretty fish there, Scooter. Needed 10 of those this last 2 days. We'll weigh that, and we'll weigh 1 for Yamamoto Toad for sure. Got 2 fish. We're going to add 1 to this in a minute. That one is 424, sir, 424. We'll get a total weight here in just a second. Long drive from Arizona, especially when you don't go as good as you'd like it to, but you got that Bass Cat to pull back home. I'm going to go 579, Scooter, 579, sir.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's, me and John travel together, and hopefully I'll be driving home by myself tomorrow just so that he makes the top 10. But, yeah, it's bittersweet. I just couldn't catch him. I caught a lot of fish today. I just couldn't get the size. And then today, the 2 that I got, I only caught 2 today, and 1 was that good one. So it would have been nice to have both of them. So, but it is what it is, and look forward to the next one. We'll just keep on going. I ran that Bass Cat up and down the lake today, and there was only one other boat that was going faster than I was, and I was probably just going half throttle when he went past me. So, but other than that, no, it was a lot of fun. This lake is unbelievable. It's one of those deals where you don't catch too many little ones. You tend to catch, the better quality fish every time you catch one. But it was just tougher for me. So we'll see what happens. So thanks to all my sponsors, and thanks to my wife at home.
Scooter, thank you. Appreciate you, sir. Great angler. Good to have his support. John Stewart. John wears a couple hats here. He fishes our Apex Tour, also co-director of our Arizona Team Trail, but one of our Apex anglers here. John has got 4 coming in today. John was in the hunt probably on the keeper count today. John, going to add to that. Good job today, sir. How about 1032, John? 1032, sir. Tell us what you can.
Well, yesterday morning I didn't fish very clean and lost 3 good fish, 2 of them over 3 pounds, and figured something out yesterday afternoon. and I capitalized on it today. I just need that 5th fish. I think I'm going to be borderline. Hopefully I'm not driving back with Scooter tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. I'd like to thank, first of all, Wild West for putting this on, and most importantly, all of you guys out here in the crowd and people watching back home, because if not, it'd just be Randy and I talking up here to nobody except for the guys at the bump tank, which would be pointless. So I really appreciate all you guys coming out here when you guys could be doing other stuff. Man, I fished for that 5th fish till the last minute, and I knew it took me like just about 6 minutes to get to my spot this morning, so I left myself like 6 minutes and a few seconds, but I didn't account that I had moved into a no wake zone. So thank God I was running a Bass Cat with that Mercury, because right about 74 miles an hour, I was able to make it back with like 35 seconds to spare. So I'd like to thank Bass Cat for building a solid boat, getting me through here with all this wake and stuff, and with the speed. Like to thank Hook Performance Gear, keeps the sun off of me. And I like to especially thank my wife and my son at home. I really miss them. So hopefully I can hold it off for one more day and go see them on Monday instead of tomorrow. But we'll see. It was a fun time.
John, great job, sir. Let's see where you land, sir. John Stewart, everybody. David Swinstead coming up here. David is from Oregon. David had a rough first day. He's up here today. Rough second day. I'm going to give you the microphone, man. I know you got a lot to say. This event is also co-titled here by Duo Realis as well.
Is Alex Klein here? Alex, can you bring up my 2 10-pounders, please? Oh, you let him go. Okay, well, anyways, that's where we're at right now. Yeah, no, it was tough. I like the place. It was so funny when you give us that little half-hour ride out in the morning. I drove over here by the bridge and took the water temperature, and I was like, whoa.
Let me get away real quick, and we'll get this one here before you finish. I know you got a lot to say.
I go down to the end of the block, and it's like 4 degrees warmer. So it was a learning curve for me.
Ooh, that's the smallest one so far this week.
Is that the world
0.98.
record?
That is not the smallest we've had, my friend. 0.98.
So anyways, yeah, that was a painful experience, but it's a great place, actually. I mean, I can tell that there's a frog bite here. I didn't get any frog bite, but I can tell there's one here. I left some fish yesterday. I caught my fish yesterday late, and I thought, well, you know what? Where they are, there's insulated. It's actually pretty deep water. I should be able to go back. They should not be bugged out at all, so it just didn't happen. But great place, great accommodations. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank my sponsors, Duo Realis, Roman Made, Ayuma, Seagar, Allison Boats, Mercury, all great.
Tell these folks that don't know about Duo Realis and Roman Made. A lot of folks I know don't know about Roman Made, especially in your rep for them out here.
Duo International is a Japanese bait company. They're actually a pretty big company. They used to do a lot of OEM for other Japanese companies that you guys are probably following and getting your baits from. We have the largest testing facility in Japan. So we take our R&D process pretty serious. It was one of the reasons why I went and joined up with them, is because I knew they were going to have a great R&D team. So real excited about them. Roman Made is kind of a chic bait company, almost garage operation in Japan, but Mr. Takayama builds these beautiful baits. Some of you guys probably know about them. There's one that's like 15 inches long. It goes on the black market for like $2,000. Here in the U.S., when we get them over here, they're like $1,000. So it's a Mother Chaser. A lot of guys know about the Mother. But anyways, yeah, great companies. They're going to keep supporting Apex as well, so we're real excited about the future. And I'm going to get off here because I've been talking too long.
David Swinstead, everybody. Thank you, David, for your help, too, with Wild West Bass and our venture into the Northwest next year with our team series. And I'm sure we'll have Apex Series events again up there. We were up there early in the year with some test events. Next up, Mr. Alex Klein. Nobody probably knows the water here as good as Alex. Probably had more experience than everybody. Had a little tougher day yesterday. He came back today with a limit here. This is Alex, sponsored by Feather Falls Casino. Local here. Trying to get back in the hunt here. And this may do it here. And we go back to 0. Just a reminder again, if we can do it, Alex. Let's see what kind of weight we have here. I'll give you this microphone here. Alex, great job today. How about almost.
Oh, get to 15.
1492. 1492. Great job. That's the top 4 stringer of the tournament.
Yeah. Man, thank you guys all for coming out. This is awesome. The support here is amazing. I'm very humble that all you guys are out here supporting me and watching this. It's pretty cool. But today was tough. If any of you guys out here that's fished the Afterbay know it's feast or famine. You either catch them or you don't. There's big ones in here that's being really stingy right now. And I had 6 bites today. I bounced my 6th one off the side of the boat. But it was only a little keeper. It didn't hurt me. But the only 6 bites I got, and I boated 5 of them, and that's what I weighed in. So hopefully I can go out and duplicate it tomorrow, but it's going to be tough. And I hope I can make it to tomorrow so everything zeros and it's an even playing field. And hopefully go bust a 20-pound bag out of the Afterbay. That's elusive, though.
Alex, tell these folks about Super Clean. I know they've been with you a long time here. One of our original sponsors have been with us since the start at Wild West Bass.
Yeah, so Super Clean is the strongest degreaser on the market, and it'll clean anything you have. If you have a stain that you can't get rid of, grab a bottle of Super Clean and try it out. It'll get stains out of your carpet, clean your barbecue, all things like that. And then I got to give a shout-out to Feather Falls Casino. They hosted us a wonderful dinner, and all the guys are staying up there at the lodge, and it's everybody's told me how wonderful the rooms are and how much they like staying up there. So it's a great business in our town, and they really support our community. So thank you, Feather Falls Casino, for all that you do for me.
Another round of applause, Alex Klein. We'll see where it stands here. We'll hold up just a second for the next guy. Rick Pierce, come up here just a second, Rick, if you will. To tell you about Bass Cat Boat Company, and I'm going to let Rick to speak a little bit. I know he likes to talk every now and then, but Rick, and I will tell you, in Bass Cat as a whole, is spending more money in promotion on boat companies in the West than anybody. But he can tell you a little bit about his vision. We're glad to have you here. But tell these folks what you dream of the West to be.
Well, you know, Randy, that's a big topic, and we took this under a little bit of a mission about 5 years ago, as you know, and we've got we've been in and out of it with different organizations. Didn't work out, and we came in, of course, with One Bass. Now we've got Jeremy and Wild West Bass and yourself, and of course we picked up ABA out here with Craig's group. And our mission out here is to grow fishing on the West about 20% or more. And so we're taking a pretty good hand at that. We've got some announcements to come yet and some things we're doing, and this is the start of it. You know, of course, you and Jeremy were there. We had this conversation. We started this event here. And we need to go on and grow it. And next year we're going to grow it bigger. And eventually we're going to grow it up to where we can do more on the West Coast. And that's our whole vision, is to actually give the West Coast something it hadn't had before. So more to come in October, we hope. We'll just keep trucking.
Tell them a little bit about Bass Cat. How many folks out here know a company that's been in business 50 years? There's very few on this planet. This is one of them here, and I'm very proud of that, too. I know Rick is very proud. It started by his family.
Yeah, Mom and Dad started. Of course, all I've done since I was 13 years old to build bass boats, and, you know, we're fortunate to have lived through it, and we did it for 44 years under the family, and we've been with Correct Craft 6 years to let us continue to see the vision the way we see it and do it the way we want to. And so I'm still running the company the way I did before, and it's been good. And, you know, just blessed to have done it. A lot of good customers, a tremendous loyalty base. You know, we got a 93% loyalty base among our consumers.
Very rare.
And it's strong. And we just did another data study in 20, and it's still 93%. So, you know, you just really appreciate the consumers we got. They're very loyal to the brand, very dedicated. And, you know, obviously we're trying to do the right thing with them. It's part of our mission also. It's always do the right thing. And we're going to let it down every now and then. It's how you come out of it, you know. So if you come out and do the right thing when you come out of it, and everybody's human. So we'll just do the best we can.
You know, we thank you for your support. Rick Pierce, everybody. We're glad to have him come out.
Thanks, Randy.
I know he's short on time all the time, so we're glad he gets to travel here. Boat business is phenomenal right now. If you've tried to get parts, you all know that. You ready, Steve, to go on her flight number 2? Next up, Mr. Colby Pearson. Colby from the Northwest. Hopefully get a chance to fish with us. We got 3 fish today, Colby. Let me get a weight. Not the tournament you wanted, but weight today will be 468, sir, 468. Tell us about your 2 days.
Yeah, definitely not the specific event that I wanted, but I've never seen the Afterbay before. Yesterday was the first day that I've ever launched a boat here and fished at all, and luckily it was a lot bigger than I anticipated it was. There's a lot of areas to spread out, and I can tell that there definitely would be some really good fishing here, especially without as much pressure, or if the conditions were a little bit more ideal. So overall, it was a really good time out here. Just wanted to thank Rick Pierce at Bass Cat Boats for doing everything he does for Western fishing, Feather Falls for being a good host, and all the sponsors of Wild West. So looking forward to the next event.
Colby, great job. We appreciate your support, sir. All right. Next up, Mr. Nick Wood coming to the scales. Nick had a good day yesterday. Had 1252. 1252. Trying to qualify for day 3 has been close here. Had a great event at Lake Almanor, our first event. How many we have today? That's it today, man, Nick. Let's see what kind of weight, my friend. I know you fished hard. Nick, I'm going to hand you this microphone. That fish is the right size. 368, sir, 368.
Yeah, it's yesterday was kind of the way today was. Not a lot of bites. I had the same amount of bites. I just wasn't able to get them in the boat today. So I was concerned with that going into today, just the way yesterday went. So if I make it in, that's great. I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm obviously not on a whole lot. But if not, it's fun to come here. But boy, it's a tough fishery for me anyway. It is. So anyway, I'll just cross my fingers. Hope I make it in, and thanks everybody for all the support.
Thank you, Nick Wood. We appreciate you, sir. Next up, Mr. Kevin Finley. Kevin had one fish yesterday. Great angler, great supporter of Wild West Bass. Let's get a picture. That one's a lot better than yesterday, Kevin. That was bait yesterday. Good comeback today with it, right? This one today, Kevin. Kevin is also sponsoring our, his company is sponsoring our Big Fish on a Cash Award as well. Yamamoto Toad. That's the right size. I'm trying to get some of your money back. $389, Kevin. $389 for that one.
Yeah, this place was the moon to me, and I don't know why, because I like this place best out of all the fisheries we've been to. But I really liked it. But I mean, I threw everything in the box. I did not figure them out. So I can see behind me here, Greg. He's probably got some big bag like always. But hey, thanks to Rick Pierce, thanks to Apex, and thanks to you. I sure had a great time. I'd love to come back here and figure this thing out someday, but got a long ride home and can't. I don't know. I did so bad here, I might not get the fish off now. So might knock me down far enough where I won't get in it. But either way, I have a great time. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Kevin Finley, guys, sir. Appreciate your support. Apex Angler. Next angler to weigh, Mr. Matt Saavedra. Matt had a good day, it appears. A limit, which is very hard to come by here in the first 2 days, Matt. 2 pretty largemouth. I think everything we've weighed is a largemouth. I assume there's some other species here in the lake, since we're so close to Lake Orville. Let's get a weight real quick, Matt. There you go, sir. Hand you this microphone. I know you can talk a little bit. Steve, they're good and alive.
Yes, sir, they are.
Matt's going to go 11-13 today, sir. 11-13. Tell us about your 2 days, sir.
Well, I did have a practice down here. Those who showed up yesterday, I talked a little bit about that. Yesterday, I went out and I had 9 bites, and I was only able to put 1 in the boat. So I made an adjustment. We got the wind that kind of came in. I decided to completely kind of change my presentation, and I got 12 bites today, and I was able to catch 6. So that was a good adjustment. I did, lose a few, but I was able to get some in the boat. So I don't know if I'll be able to make it or not. We'll just see how the cards fall.
Going to be close on that keeper count, because actually top 10 was only 2 keepers as of yesterday. 2 or 3 keepers, but we had 4 guys with 2 keepers.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. So that's fine and dandy. It is what it is on that. I just want to thank all these anglers for the year and all the hard work that these guys put in. I want to thank my family, my sponsors, Coors Banquet for sure, all you firefighters out there. Coors Banquet donates proceeds to the Wildland Firefighter Foundation. So guys like Greg and Jeff Michaels and Alex Klein, I mean, you firefighters, we love you guys out there. Pal Rods, P-Line, Lucas Oil, Spirelight Rods. So, support everybody that supports us, and I'm just happy to be here.
Matt Saavedra, everybody. We'll see where it lands, sir. Great job. Way to hang in there and come back today. All right, next angler up, Greg Gutierrez. Greg's won everything there is to win on the West Coast, toured back east here. Our leader on day 1 with 1808, had 8 keepers. 8 keepers. Let's get a picture. Grab a couple there, Greg. 2 today. I would say Greg probably went and didn't want to hurt his fish as much. I think he probably did the math, thinking 18 pounds would make it, plus a little bit more. Again, that's what this format is so neat, the top 5 and 5. Greg will tell us a little bit here. Let me get a weight called for him. I know you didn't want to struggle that bad today if you did hold back, but 526 today, Greg, 526.
I came into today with a great idea. I was going to try and lay off all the good spots, and so I did. Went out,
didn't get bit. I did come in. I was coming in. I thought, you know what? I'm going to hit one spot, and I cast out, got the bite, set the hook, played the fish. As soon as it came up to the surface, it turned into a steelhead. So anyhow, about a 6-pound steelhead. It was a beautiful steelhead. But anyhow, that was it. I did notice that the bite is getting a little more sensitive. And I gotta credit my eye rods for helping me get those bites. I mean, they're so subtle right now, and that's what I'm picking up is a really subtle bite. And that's kind of what I've been fishing for is that bite, and it seems to be a better deal. But today was kind of different. I ran around some other places I'd seen, before the cutoff, and yeah, I just covered a lot of water and just came in with the 2 fish. That's it so far. But that should be enough to make the cut. I'm thinking it will be. And
back to 0 tomorrow. By the way, Greg won our first. We had a trial event up north there. We ended up fishing the John Day River, the Columbia up there, and won that event. So he's already won on this level and got one of these big, beautiful cups.
Oh yeah.
But I know you'd like to have 2 on your.
I'd like to have them bookend my case. It would be awesome. But yeah, tomorrow's a new day. That's the whole thing about it is it's just time to recalibrate. I just go out and I'll just put the steel to him tomorrow.
Good luck tomorrow, Greg. Greg Gutierrez, everybody. Got something else?
Real quick, yeah,
yes,
I do.
Sir.
I got for all those folks that come rushing to the front, I've got some Frenzy Baits buffs, or you can meet me down here at the end of the thing. They're just buffs, sun buffs if you want one.
Greg Gutierrez, everybody. Thank you, sir. All right. Speaking of past champions, our first event, Lake Almanor. By the way, our thoughts go out to those folks that are fighting fires. Our host for that event, John and Deborah Crotty. Quail Lodge lost everything up there they had at that resort. Those of you that may know him. Let me get right out of your way on that. Tough bite. Austin had 1491. Still may get him in day 2. If we go back to 0, Austin. How about 511, sir? 511. What do you think, man? Is that going to be close?
I think it's going to be really close. I'm so bummed. I fished so hard today, and I just didn't have the bites. I mean, I literally only had 2 bites, and I capitalized on them, and I got them in the boat. I don't know. I really hope I'm going out tomorrow. I mean, if I qualify, I don't know where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. But
doesn't matter, though, does it?
Yeah,
You can't win if you don't fish on
Exactly,
Sunday, right?
Exactly. So hopefully I make it. I really do. So, and AOY, I'm sitting in second right now. So I don't know what Nick has, but I know he's a really good fisherman, and I know he probably caught him. So.
Got some great weather. We were lucky we didn't have the boat traffic today. We
Right.
thought we would when the weather was cold, but nothing as cold as we had at Lake Almanor. You won your championship. It was snowing, and our cut roof here almost fell on us during the weigh-in.
Yeah,
so
just dumping snow.
a little different weather. We've had it all. And Lake Comanche was 115 degrees. So we threw curves at these guys. Off limits for 30 days. No practice at all. They go blind and they get a 30-minute ride through, by the way. But wish you luck tomorrow, Austin.
Thank you. I appreciate
Congratulations on your win early in the year, sir. Next up from Arizona, Mr. Paul Hodges. Who does a great job for us at Wild West Bass. He's also co-director in Arizona with John Stewart. And a great supporter of the military. I know his son is actually serving as we speak. And he is home. How about that? We got 4 fish today. Let's get a weight real quick, Paul. I know you got some things to say, my friend. Good job today. $8.99, sir. $8.99, Paul. Grab that microphone and tell everybody about your experience and anything you'd like.
Hello, Orville, California. Hey, you guys have a great little fishery here. Yesterday was my first day on it, and I tell you what, I think it has a lot of potential. I've talked to people say they catch a lot of big bags here. I didn't get them. Yesterday ended up with two little fish. Today I changed it up, and I went shallower today. Instead of fishing 10, 12 feet deep, I went 2-3 feet to 5 feet, ended up catching this. It's not enough to get me in the top 10, but I'm trying to get to the championship here in October, and I think I have enough weight to do it. I want to take a second and thank my daughter, Abby. She's the one at home that always preps my boat, wipes everything down, so a shout out to you, Abby. Thank you, guys.
Paul Hodges, everybody. Thank you, Paul. I also want to thank our folks over here with the trailer you see from Wickenburg and Marine. Those folks do a great job for us. Ace and family here come out here and support these anglers here. No cost them a thing, but to try to get them back on the water. Next up, Mr. Phil Dutra. Phil, past champion, 8th place coming in today. Had 2 keepers only. Got 2 again today, Phil. Won our Lake Comanche event. Let's give him a round of applause for that. A little bit different outcome this week, but 344, Phil. 344, sir. Let me give you the microphone and tell us about your experience, sir.
Oh, man, stressful. When I'm not catching them and time is ticking and I know what kind of weight I need in my head to make the cut, it gets really stressful for me. So, but I mean, I fish hard. I fished everything, every square inch of this lake. I did everything I could. I had to resort to a 6-pound test and a drop shot just to catch those 2 today. There's some good ones in here as you see, but it's fishing really tough. I think a lot of it is the water's so high with the combination of the weather, the little bit cooler water. So I think those 3 things have kind of turned this place off, per se. But it's always fun when you're out fishing, so no complaints. But I think I have enough to make the championship, so I'm excited that that'll be in October on my home.
Be close to home.
On my home lake, so I'm ready for that one.
Phil Dutra, everyone. Great job, Phil. Thank you, my friend. Congratulations on your victory. Next up, Mr. Nick Salvucci came in this event leading our Angler of the Year on the Apex Tour. Great angler, past U.S. Open champion, won our championships as well. Great angler, fishes hard every event. Nick had 824 and 4 keepers. We're going to add 2 to that. Nick going to go 686 today, 686. Tell us a little bit about your 2 days, man. I know you like catching more fish than you've done.
Yeah, it was a grind. My day started off good today. I missed a good one on a buzzbait yesterday. I went back to that fish, and I was able to catch it. It was a 3.5-pounder. And then probably a little bit before 8 o'clock, caught a 3-pounder on a chatterbait, and I went the rest of the day without a bite. So it was a grind. Interesting place. The whole place looks good. It's just, I think, not that many fish in here. I don't know. I can't catch them.
Great job, Nick Salvucci. We'll see where it stands up. Nick trying to hang on and probably did to qualify for our next event at the Delta, be our championship. Top 16 will qualify to fish that as well. Look who we got coming up here. Bridgeford Pro, Joe Uribe Jr. Got somebody with him here. Joe is a great angler, great supporter of Wild West Bass. Had a little tougher day yesterday, but got family involved. You want to hold one up, Joe? That's a good fish there, man. Let's get a good picture there for our folks at Bridgeford and out here. Joe from Arizona drives a long way to fish with us, as all our Arizona pros do. I'm going to weigh one for Yamamoto Toad. Won't probably get 6, but that's the right size. You needed about 3 of those. Pull that up one more time. Remember? There we go. Let's see what we got. We need to beat 623. 5 even, sir. 5 even. How many total, Steve? We got 4, 1 shy of the limit. So let me give you this microphone. I know you got some things to say. We got some product over here for you, too, as well. We'll hand off here. Let's get your total weight here when Steve bags them up. Good weight today, Joe. Did you have that 5th on today? You did. Ooh. 1197, sir. 1197, Joe. Let's give him a round of applause. Great job. See where that one gets you, man. 1 short.
Yeah, 1 short. You know, I had number 5 on. I caught my fish punching today. You know, yesterday I kind of fished around and kind of, you know, had the spinning rod in my hand, kind of fished a little chicken and, you know, just finessed them. But, man, I tell you, you know, just there's so much good-looking water out here. And yesterday afternoon, I was back in this one bay, and there was a little bit different grass than in this one particular spot. So I said, you know, I'm going to come back there today and go try it. And the first punch this morning, I hooked a good one and got her out of the mat. She came off, and I was like, oh. So I got down the boat, changed the hook out, and retied, rigged, and, you know, just kind of was real slow, methodical, just punching a 1-ounce weight, throwing a Reaction Innovation Sweet Beaver and Big Texan. Had a Daiwa flipping stick and straight 50-pound Sunline braid. But, you know, it's fun pulling them out of there. But this lake is tough. But you know what? That's what makes us who we are, you know. I mean, it keeps us on our toes. We have some great anglers out here fishing the Apex Tour. And, we, you know, just hats off to all you guys for hanging in there and all the support. We got a great crowd here. Guys, we want to thank you all for coming. Gary Souza and his wife, appreciate your hospitality and allowing us to stay there at your house. Man, they cooked us a amazing tri-tip dinner yesterday. So thank you guys so much for your hospitality and having us over as your guests. We have some great Bridgeford product here to hand out for everybody. And again, make sure you guys support the great companies that you see behind me that make this all possible. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you, Joe. Great family man there. As you see, his family is with him in this event. All right, Zach Thompson. Zach had a rough day yesterday, but I know he probably changed things up, went out to do something a little different. Got a limit today, Zach? You're happy with 3, though, I'm sure, after yesterday. Let's get a weight here, Zach. I'll give you this microphone here. Known Zach a long time, a great angler. Didn't have a great event. We have 3 today. Weight will be 661, Zach. 661.
Yeah, you know, want to say thanks to everybody coming out. Like Joe said, we've got a great crowd here. Everybody that comes out really makes us feel good on these tough days when the fishing's not so great. So yesterday I blanked. I didn't catch any fish. Came across stage saying I was going to do better. Just hoping I could hold on to the points to make that championship at the Delta. I fished there quite a bit, so I'd be real excited to be able to stay there. I think I was in 7th going into the event, so it's going to be close. But I just want to say a couple things. One, I wouldn't be able to do this without my wife Cassandra's support back home. It was actually her birthday yesterday, so I felt pretty bad not catching any fish for her birthday. And then my daughter Charlotte and my son Sawyer, they're always rooting me on, and I got to say thanks to some of the people that support me. DCR Propeller keeps me running. Huck Gear. If you guys don't wear good sun protection, you got to try some Huck Gear. It's really comfortable, keeps you cool, keeps you dry. And then just like Joe said, if we can support the people that help put us out here, all the Wild West sponsors, that's a big help. And Apex is a great opportunity for anglers out here on the West Coast to qualify through the Pro-Ams. It might not look great when we don't catch that many fish, but it really does keep you kind of honed, and you just don't get any practice. So you're just out there fishing your instincts, and it's a really fun format. Keepers versus weight. I was hoping to catch a bunch today, maybe make it, but didn't work out. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Zach Thompson, but good luck to you. Hopefully you get to the Delta Rat known. Speaking of Delta man, Mr. John Pearl coming up. John was out of the top 10 yesterday, but never out of the hunt here, my friend. This is our past champion from our Pro-Am series here. John has got 2. Let's get a weight here. And a great young man here running a beautiful Bass Cat that he won fishing with the Wild West Bass. 431 today, sir. 431, John. Tell us about your week, my friend.
This place is brutal. I talked to some buddies, and it's usually better. But since Orville's so low, they had to start pulling water out of the bottom of the lake. And the water's coming out really cold, so it made this drop 10, 15 degrees since practice, since our off limits, and it changed everything. So yesterday was a grind. I thought I had them figured out in the morning, and I didn't. And today I caught my first one at 11:30, and then I caught another one right after it. Figured them out, and then I lost 7 more after that, and it was just a rough day. Lost one about 5 minutes ago, before the weigh-in, and it was just
wasn't meant to be this week, huh?
Tired. Been a long month.
Hope to make it to the Delta, though, right? Next in October.
Yep, I will be at the Delta. I'm pretty sure I made it, I'd like to thank Apex, Wild West, you guys, for bringing this out here for us. It really gives us something to look forward to, and it makes it exciting, The whole format and everything is just real exciting and something new. It makes your brain go when you're.
Makes you think a little bit more than normal, right?
You just don't throw them back. I did it at Comanche, and I thought I wasn't going to make top 10. I caught one fish, and I threw it back before I took a picture because it was smaller than the one I had in live well. So this whole thing is, it
makes you a better angler at the end of the day.
It definitely does.
Makes you think, slow down sometimes. So
it definitely does.
Well, your time's coming on one of these events, I'm sure. You won everything we've had.
All right.
John Pearl, everybody. Thank you, sir. We have one more angler left to weigh. By the way, it's our youngest angler that fishes with us, by the way, Mr. Luke Johns. Luke, fresh off the Columbia River, Pro-Am, won our Angler of the Year as well. Beat a lot of good sticks that have been fishing a lot of years. We'll tell you, Luke is still going to school. Luke is also fishes out of some old equipment, older than most of the guys here, and he takes good care of it, and it does him well. So you don't have to spend a fortune to be out here. You can do it the right way. We got 3 fish today, Luke. Let me get a weight here, my friend, and you tell everybody about your 2 days and You can tell them about your angler of the year, man. What that means to you on the Wild West Bass Trail Pro-Am Series.
Oh, for sure. I'd rather talk about that than the fishing today, for sure. It was super tough. I mean, managed to get those 3 in the boat. I thought it was going to be a lot better than what it ended up being. I
7:13 on the weight. I'm sorry, 7:13.
Oh, all good. Made a switch and caught 2 fish like right off the bat at 9 o'clock once I switched up what I was doing, and then I went like 3 hours without another bite, and then finally got one more in the boat. And that was pretty much the only 3 bites I had today. I caught a couple other shorts in the morning, but that was pretty much it. But yeah, I'd rather talk about Angler of the Year. That was definitely a phenomenal just season for me. I just felt like I fished really clean, and I learned a lot, and it really just boosted my confidence for coming out here and competing against these guys. It's definitely a little intimidating being the youngest one, and most of these guys I'm fishing against have been fishing for longer than I've been alive. So to be able to beat them consistently all year, that just means the world to me. But on top of that, I got to thank my parents for coming out like they always do, and then my girlfriend actually got to come up and watch the weigh-in. So, it's awesome. And then, of course, all the people on my jersey, they're what make this happen. And then all Wild West sponsors, hats off to them as well for, giving us this platform to fish on. And thank you guys at Wild West. You guys put on an amazing show. Hopefully I make the TOC, and I guess I'll see you there.
Luke John's going to make a great Angler of the Year champion for us at Wild West Bass. Great young man. A couple things here before we sign off. I will tell you we could not be here without our sponsors again. Bridgeford Foods, Bass Cat Boats, Mercury Marine, Hook Performance Fishing, Gary Yamamoto Custom Baits, Power Pole, Duo Realis, Lithium Pros, Roman Made, Wood Brothers Flooring, Bob's Machine Shop, Super Clean, Garmin, Torch, P-Line, Valley Fashions, Lure Lock, Woo Tungsten, Bass Angler Magazine, Feather Falls Casino. I will tell you it's going to take a while with our tiebreakers. This is a tough event. We're going to have guys that are very close on our keeper count to make the top 5, so it's going to take us a few minutes here. Normally we like to call our top 10 so you can see them at home. I apologize. It'll probably take us 10 or 15 minutes. But got somebody. Yes, sir. One angler I do want to call up here while we're doing figuring here is Mr. Gregory Trouton. You out there, Greg? Where you at? Gregory Trouton, where you at, sir? Greg's hiding in the back. Want to introduce Gregory. You'll get to know him a lot more here. Greg accepted an invitation to come fish with us on the Apex Series here, sir. I'm going to let you get this microphone and tell everybody about your experience, what this means to you, my friend, and to compete along with these great pros.
Thank you so much, Randy. This means so much. I've been fishing tournaments for 35 years. Started, as a young man. Took about 20 years off to raise a family, do a job for the corporation I worked for, Hinkle, for 30 years. I just retired 3 months ago. So I've been fishing the Wild West Pro-Am since 2016. My son and I, we won the Delta with a gigantic limit of about 39 pounds. Cashed a bunch of checks, won an FLW, and this season I scored really well at Lake Shasta, did okay at the Delta, had a rough tournament at Clear Lake, but I took the trip to the Columbia River, and it was awesome. Had a great experience, scored enough points to get the invite, and it's what I've been shooting for a long time. My dream as a kid was to become a professional bass fisherman, and you can do that. You can pay an entry fee and jump on in, but to actually get an invite and earn it is what it's all about. So I got my wife Kim's support. Love the Wild West Bass crew, the people that we're going to be fishing with, and I just can't wait to get started.
I know you'll have success out here like you have. We appreciate your support over the years, and I expect good things from you, sir.
All right, Randy.
Gregory Trouton, sir, thank you again, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Great job. We're glad to have you on board. Again, folks at home, thank you for watching our live feed. Thanks to the folks here at Monument Hill Boat Launch for letting us use our resort. One more time here, I'm going to call Mr. Rick Pierce up. I'm going to give Rick the microphone. Rick is a man of few words sometimes, but today, you want to add some things to what we've done today?
Man, you got a great event here, good little crowd. This is a different thing, the After Bay. It's kind of what we wanted. We had a vision of what we're doing, so it got people off the bus a little bit, and everybody was used to going to the same lakes, and now they're going somewhere different, so we changed it up, mixed it up on them.
And no practice.
And
so
no
that's
practice.
A great thing.
It's been a really good event, and I think the guys enjoyed the flip on the scoring. That was a really nice take off of something that we talked about, and you guys spun it out really well. So that's really good on the scoring because you got the number of fish and the pounds. It's
good combination, and you're not out of it. That's the good thing.
You're not out
one
of
with
it,
tough
yeah.
fishery, especially when you don't catch a lot
I'd
of
have to
keepers.
go catch a bunch of little ones if it was me, but
Man, it's great to have your support out here. How long are you staying tomorrow too? Or are you going to be out here all week, or you got to
no,
head back?
I'm gonna burn out tomorrow. I've got a meeting, and one of the things I want to say right now, while we're here with some of the Wild West Apex Tour here, is we've got a lot of industry support, and you know that, Randy. We've been working behind the scenes. I had a meeting last week with Bassmaster. We've met with MLF, and Jim is a good friend of mine, and Jim's there, and Chase is on board to help us. And we've got a lot of support for what we're trying to do on the West Coast, and it's not just here. You know, we asked Jim to keep the Toyota Series out here because they were needing to have about 135 boat mix. They didn't get that, and so they were planning on pulling that. So we've asked them, and also Tackle Warehouse asked them to stay. So we've got that hanging on for next year, and we're really trying to grow the West. The West has never had anything that committed to it long term. So we're trying to make that long-term commitment, and you were out here years ago. You know that.
We've had success out here and hopefully continued success, but the neat thing about Rick and what his vision too and why he's supporting us out here is we all try to get along. We know if we all don't get along in this industry here, we've got a small industry enough. And if we don't all get along and work to build something, we won't have anything to have to fish for out here. So it's a little bit different on the West Coast. I know you've always been a supporter coming out here back fishing opens.
Oh,
you
yeah.
and your dad back in years ago, so you've always loved the West like I have. So I know it means a lot. And these guys, there's too many good fishermen out here to not have a good circuit to fish.
They need a good circuit, and really what we're doing is we're trying to give them a premier event on the West Coast with Apex. But also we want to grow Wild West bass. We want to grow what Billy's doing in one bass. And we want to grow them all. And we want ABA with Craig Sutherland and what they're doing and Mike. What we really want them to do is hit that grassroots market to grow some grassroots anglers we can bring into this. We're trying to hit white space with ABA. If anybody knows where there's a director available that can run an ABA event, get us a good grassroots format going that'll grow us up and grow us some more team anglers, grow us some more pro-am anglers, and really grow fishing overall on the West Coast. It's not a small mission. And the vision we've got's been accepted by everyone. I mean, we've been in conversation with Dow, we've been in conversation with Mercury. We've got a lot of industry support, a lot of industry questions. And it's going to be interesting to see where this goes as we bring everything to the top.
I know we've got some meetings planned in October that yet to come. We can't talk about them much yet, but I know you've been working hard every day when you weren't trying to build a better boat, which is tough to do. It's just tough to build them fast enough right now.
Well, we can't build enough product right now no matter what. I don't know if anybody knows this, but everyone's talking about why can't they get motors, why can't they get motors. Year over year, Mercury Marine, the recent quarter announced like 2 weeks ago, they were up 64% year over year per quarter. So they're building more motors. It's just that we can't keep up. The demand is higher than we can produce product.
Hopefully it'll stay that way a long time. I know it's different. I've been in the boat business here, been a marine dealer, and we used to worry about getting rid of our inventory this time of year so you wouldn't have to pay interest on it. That's not a big issue in the last couple of years, is it, Rick?
My inventory right now is a company. The company inventory, and I say mine, it's our inventory. Our inventory right now is about 10% the level we need in the field. So that's just how it is. And the other part of all that is that there's a long-term projection. There are several people that feel like this will be a 5-year trend. There's out-of-industry people that feel like this is a 10-year trend, that we're going to see the marine business over 10 years double.
That's pretty outstanding, man.
Yeah,
we hope
so
that's
we got
true.
a lot to hang on to. Yeah.
We can take all our anglers here that can help us bring new talent to the field. There's a lot of people, I assure you, that would love this that don't have an opportunity with a Pro-Am series. That's why the co-angler is important. Team circuit, guys, grab somebody, introduce them to the sport. And,
Well, we got to get them started where they live, and then move them into a traveling circuit, then move them into this level. And not everybody's going to be an Apex Tour Pro. They may just be a team circuit guy at home. They may only fish their little lake outside of Salt Lake City. They may only fish the one outside of Ponderay there, you know. And that may be all they do, and that's fine. But there will be people that do compete in that grow to this level, and those are the ones we also need.
And we want to make sure if you want to stay home, you don't have to go back east here to fish. You know, if you got an option here, if you don't want to leave your family and travel.
Yeah, we want to really offer a premier event for the West Coast, and that's what this is about. There's going to be 20 Apex guys we've got a pretty good vision on coming up in the next year and a half, and hopefully we can get that moved forward.
Appreciate your help, Rick Pierce, buddy. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
my friend.
Randy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate all your support. Couldn't be here without them, I assure you, and their commitment to the West. I'm going to talk just a couple more minutes and see how close they are on our top 10. If we don't get to announce the top 10 here on our live feed, we will going to add it back in here in a little bit. Again, I think we have a lot of tiebreakers that come into play on a tough bite like we have here. It goes back to weight and those things. And I wish we could tell you now and introduce our top 10, but we will add that to the feed. You can go back and watch it on our Facebook, all our social media outlets as well. And this will be available on our Pursuit channel, like I said, in Q1. Also on all our YouTube channels at wildwestbasstrail.com, all the information. We're working very hard on our 2022 schedule. We had a little hiccup this year that we didn't expect. We hope to have that announced in the next 2-3 weeks for you so you can plan for next year and save money. And Lord knows we need a lot of rain out here in the West Coast. So I hope it's not a moot point. I want to thank the community here at Orrville for letting us come here to Feather Falls Casino. Everybody that stepped in, we appreciate your support. Again, let me see if are we close at all, guys? It's going to be just a little bit again. Sorry at home. Thank you for supporting us. Our next event, we will be our team championship for Southern California and Arizona will be at Lake Havasu September 11th and 12th. Be sure and tune in for that. Giving away a beautiful Bass Cat Mercury package and a lot of cash for those anglers. We'll be back here again at the Delta in California here in October for our last Apex Tour event. We have our team championship at Don Pedro. If we have water to fish, the first weekend of October. And our Pro-Am Championship first week in November. But thank you for tuning in on our live feed. If you got any questions, look us up online, give us a call. We'd love to have you come fish for us. Be ready, and we'll announce the schedule soon. Be careful going home, anglers. Thank you for being here, and good night.